Hello, I'm Aky Karim with Chaos Boxing, and I'm fresh out of this little WhatsApp conversation about whether or not Anthony Joshua is ready for Vladimir Klitschko. Big talk about him fighting him on the 26th of November. And it got so heated and the opinion was so divided that it sparked me off to do this little short video about my take on it. Now, if we look at Anthony Joshua, he's still a relative novice in the boxing game, in the pro ranks anyway. 17 fights, 17 victories, 17 knockouts, very reminiscent to the early career of Deontay Wilder. Now, if we look at his actual career, he doesn't have any massive names on his resume. I suppose the best name, the most tried and tested fighter he's had on his resume is Dillian Whyte, the body snatcher Whyte. It was a good fight. That was a good fight. A lot of people talking to me about Dillian Whyte nearly stopped him. Dillian Whyte nearly knocked him out. I'm not sure what fight you were watching. Dillian Whyte, respect to Dillian Whyte, landed one shot in the fight, a left hand, a sort of a catch and shoot left hook in the second round, which did stun Anthony Joshua. We'll come back to that, but he didn't nearly stop him, in my personal opinion. He might have buzzed him for a few seconds, but nearly stopped him. I think you're clutching at straws a little bit. We've got people like Charles Martin. Now, he beats Charles Martin inside 2 rounds, and people are saying Charles Martin's a bum. But these are the same people that before the fight were saying Charles Martin's going to beat Anthony Joshua. I mean, he was an undefeated southpaw power puncher who looked the part, sounded the part, and got put to sleep. Well, I say he got put to sleep, but he got hit and didn't want to carry on because he just knew what was going to happen to him if he got up. Let's just look at Anthony Joshua as a whole, as an all-round fighter. Yes, he's a novice. Yes, he has a fairly short amateur career at the highest level of amateurs anyway. Yes, there were some contested decisions in his Olympic campaign, but look at the way the guy punches. He punches so... It's beautiful to watch. He's very correct when he throws his shots. He sets his feet nice, but he's still light enough on his feet to circle away from trouble if he needs to. The right hand he knocked Charles Martin out with was... the second shot was beautiful. It was a step right hand. It was a move that a welterweight would pull. The way he just checked on his right hand and bang, shot the shot, waited for Martin to move. Then he made his own movement and caught him in that beautiful sort of exchange with that nice little short right hand. It's just a great move. He's very accurate with his punching power. He doesn't waste shots. He's very, very accurate. If you look at the Dillian Whyte fight, when he went into finisher mode, the shots he was catching him with were clean, impressive, dynamic. He didn't waste much. The only question mark about him really is his stamina. And I don't know about you, but he was looking pretty good in the 7th round against Dillian Whyte. Yeah, he's not gone the long rounds with anybody, but if from what I hear about his training, he's a very smart trainer. He trains smart. He gets a lot of aerobic sort of exercises in. He's got big, strong thighs. He does a lot of explosive movements. He eats right. He sleeps right. He does everything right. So really, that being the biggest question mark, I think we've got to give him the benefit of the doubt on that particular one. I think he's a very, very explosive fighter. He's the IBF champ. And I personally think he gets a lot of people hating him, the hardcore boxing fans, and I am a hardcore boxing fan. You're looking at a hardcore boxing fan. Go and check my Facebook if you don't believe me. I think we need to get a little bit more behind him in terms of, yeah, he's not fought the highest caliber opposition yet, but he's done what is required of him so far. On the other hand, we've got Vladimir Klitschko, a proven, a tried, a seasoned, a tested heavyweight. Could we say great? Could we say great? Certainly over the last 20 years, he's a great. He's been untouchable for the last 11 years, or 10 years before he met Mr. Tyson Fury, who did, in my opinion, did a number on him in Dusseldorf with just movement and just keeping him guessing. But the truth of the matter is, Vladimir Klitschko doesn't like to get hit. I mean, no fighter likes to get hit, but he really doesn't like to get hit. In his 3 losses, Ross Purity. These are his 3 notable knockout losses. Ross Purity, Lehman Brewster and Corey Sanders. He came up against guys who just threw punches at him and pressured him and actually took the fight to him, and he doesn't like that. He comes across as a very controlling guy. He likes to control the press conferences, the interviews, the ring walks. Even his jokes are controlled. I mean, I personally find him a bit annoying, but I'm not hating on his boxing skills. He's a technically beautiful, good defensive fighter with a jackhammer of a right hand, and he's actually included a nice little short left hook into his armory too. Great fighter, fantastic fighter, no disrespect to the guy. But we're talking about whether we think Anthony Joshua is ready for him. And I'd say anyone that presses and puts the pressure on Vladimir Klitschko tends to have a lot of success. And if you think Anthony Joshua is going to be phased, I think you might be in for a shock. I think Joshua's got the tools, I really do. I don't think it's going to be easy by any stretch of the imagination if they do fight on the 26th. But, I mean, Klitschko, he likes to set his feet before he throws his big right hand. You can't set your feet in front of Anthony Joshua because he moves so well. He's mobile, he's got good lateral movement. He likes to have everything perfect before he starts to unload. Before he unloads, he's a very defensive fighter, whoever he gets in the ring with. If you're a defensive fighter and you fight the likes of Anthony Joshua, I mean, look what happened to Kevin Johnson. I know Kevin Johnson is no Vladimir Klitschko, but the sort of passive fighters who like to see what's coming their way first before they engage will get char-grilled by Anthony Joshua. If you're asking me whether I think Anthony Joshua is too fresh, too young, too unseasoned to go in against Vladimir Klitschko, my answer to you is no, he isn't. I'll go one step further. I think it's a terrible, terrible style matchup for Vladimir Klitschko. I thought Tyson Fury would beat Vladimir Klitschko, and I did a video on that. You can check it out on Chaos Boxing. But I think this is an even worse style match, purely because Anthony Joshua is actually aggressive. He's always looking to walk you down. He's always looking to stalk you. He's always looking to get in range and position for his big right hand, but he's also very aware of what's coming back, and he just dips and pow, before you know it, you're on the floor, looking up like Charles Martin, pretending you ain't hear the count, pretending you didn't know that the referee was counting to 10 in front of your face. Yeah, I don't think we can hype Anthony Joshua to the dizzy levels which some people do at the minute, but I think, look at this guy. He's done everything that's asked from him. He's got all the signs of being a quality fighter rather than just a flash in the pan. And I think, genuinely, if he comes up against Vladimir Klitschko on the 26th of November, he's going to starch him out. I think he's going to drop him. I think he's going to knock him senseless. And I actually think he's going to knock Vladimir Klitschko out cold inside 6 rounds, and you can take that to the bank. Power!